It's about 5 years ago. I was in one of the darkest places I'd ever been in my life. I had come out of law enforcement with some pretty broken thought patterns. I'd lost my faith in people. I hadn't lost my faith in God, but honestly, I thought that He might love me, but that He didn't like me very much, that I was a constant source of disappointment. And I didn't realize at the time, but I was looking through the world through this lens of shame that was affecting everything. It was affecting the way that I interacted with my wife. It was affecting the way that I raised my children. It was affecting the way that I looked at myself. And yeah, we had been burned by a church that I was working for at the time. And it had gotten so bad that I told my wife, I'm never going to church again. I'm done. I love God, I love Jesus, but I'm done with Christians. And we left, and we weren't going to church. One day I got in the car and I turned on the radio, 97.7, the Truth Network here in Winston-Salem, and I heard this guy preaching, and his name was Alan Wright. And I don't remember exactly what he was preaching on that day, but I do remember that he said, hey, God doesn't just love you, He actually likes you. He's not disappointed in you. God likes you. And something about that just resonated. It stuck in my spirit. I didn't want to believe it. I did want to believe it. And I remember telling my wife, I said, I'm going to find this guy no matter where he is. So I went on the online and I typed in his name, I looked him up, and I was super surprised and super excited to find out that Alan Wright was teaching from the pulpit of a church called Renolda Church here in Winston-Salem. And that changed everything. I asked my wife to come with me one Sunday, and she said, no, I'm not going, I'm done. So I came by myself, and I came again. And then I eventually convinced my wife to come with me. My name is James Murray, and I am the communications director here at Renolda Church. I never knew 5 years ago when God called us here that He was calling us into a fellowship of believers that would absolutely change everything about my life. My wife and I have found our marriage strengthened. The way that we look at each other, the way we look at the world, the way we look at Christ's call for us to serve and help others, everything has changed. And that is what I believe is the power of the church now, is that it has become our family. As far as my kids are concerned, I don't even know where to start. The Renolda Kids program challenges them to dive into the words of Christ no matter how young they are, and they do it. My daughter repeats things to me sometimes that I'm like, where did you hear that? She'll be like, Jesus was this or that or that. And I'll say, where's your? She goes, at church. I heard it at church. I can't tell you. I can't tell you how thankful I am for Renolda Church. I cannot tell anybody sitting here how much you have done for me and my family, and I wish I could express it. I know that there are so many wonderful hearts here that are generous and believe in the power of the kingdom and the power of the blood of Christ, and they are giving to it and serving diligently, and I say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It's because of you. God used all of you to purchase my family and I out of a very hard place, and He used you to give us a church home. He used you to restore my faith in people and the power of the church to carry His word forward into the world. And I am by no means unique. These stories are happening every day at Renolda Church, and you are a part of this magnificent story. Thank you.